So today we are going to do the story of two very important saints in our culture. They are very important because they have left a lot of impression on everyone because of the work which they have done and the poems which they have written, and generally they are a big source of inspiration to many. That is why they are so great. So today we will talk that first. The first important story is a story of Andal. I'm sure some of you already must be knowing the story of Andal. And Andal was one of the very biggest saints, women saints in the history of our country. And she has she is such a devotee of Lord Krishna. And her devotion to Lord Krishna inspired her to write some very rare poems, some very interesting literary work which has not been done anywhere in the world. So, some of you must be very good in writing essays or writing poems at school. Maybe you're very good with literature, with language. And Andal was somebody who had mastered uh, writing beautiful poems. But again, it was not something which she studied. It was something which came straight from her heart. And she wrote poems only because she was inspired by Lord Krishna, because of her love for Lord Krishna. So let us see how she got this name Andal and how was she born. So there was a priest, a Brahmin priest in the town next to Madurai. The name of the town was Sri Villiputtur. In this town of Sri Villiputtur, there was a priest called Vishnu Chittar. Vishnu Chittar was a great devotee himself of Lord Vishnu. And he himself used to compose a lot of songs for Lord Vishnu, and he used to love singing them. Being such a good devotee of Lord Vishnu, he was also a one of very good character. So he had the highest values. He never lied, he never gossiped, he never spoke ill about anyone, he never cheated. He was honest, he was sincere, he was hardworking, and most of all, he was devoted to Lord Vishnu. And Vishnu Chittar often used to pray to Lord Vishnu that, Lord, you have blessed me with everything, but I don't have a child. And that is sometimes makes me sad that I don't have a child. Please, God, you please bless me with a child. He used to often pray to Lord Vishnu. Now, a very important job done by Vishnu Chittar was to supply the garlands of the Lord in the temple. You all have seen and gone to temples and seen that in the temple the gods wear garlands. That's the most important thing. You can't go to a temple and have a god not wearing a flower garland, right? So Vishnu Chittar's main job was to make these beautiful flower garlands, and he used to take it to the temple, and then the priest there in that temple used to put it on the Lord. And he used to be so happy that the flower garland made by him is being accepted by Lord Vishnu. It used to give him a lot of happiness. So every day in the morning, he used to have one bath. He used to go to the temple, pray to the god, come back, collect flowers, make the flower garland, again have a bath, and then take the flower garland and go to the temple. This was his morning routine for many, many, many years. Now, one day, as Vishnu Chittar went to his garden to pluck these flowers to make the flower garlands, he didn't buy the flowers in the market. He used to pluck these fresh flowers from the trees. So, as he went into his garden to pluck some of these fresh, beautiful flowers, He just came across the tulsi plant, which is normally there in his garden, and he saw a little baby lying under this tulsi plant. And he exclaimed in surprise. He was wondering, what is a baby doing under a tulsi plant? How come I found this little baby here? He picked up the baby and he looked everywhere to see, has somebody left a baby here by mistake? Now, this baby was not just a normal baby girl. She was so beautiful to look at. She had nice, round, big eyes, which was already giving so many expressions, even though she was just a baby. And she had this most beautiful smile, and as if she's looking at Vishnu Chittar and telling him, "Take me home." And he was really amazed and surprised. And when there was nobody around to take the child, he thought his prayers have been heard by Lord Vishnu. And this child has been blessed by Lord Vishnu just for him. So he picked up this child and he called her Kodai. Kodai is named after Goda. Goda means earth. And she was just born. She was just found on the earth, born out of nowhere from the earth. So he called her Kodai and he took Kodai home. Now, Vishnu Chittar was such a good father that he brought up Kodai with lot of love and care. And he used to tell her stories of only Lord Krishna. What all Lord Krishna did in his childhood, how Lord Krishna was, what asuras he killed, what all he did, everything about Lord Krishna and how beautiful Lord Krishna was. So Kodai grew up hearing stories of Lord Krishna. And Vishnu Chittar used to write poems on Lord Krishna. So even the poems he used to sing for Kodai. And Kodai she grew up hearing these beautiful stories and listening to these amazing songs. And she fell in love with Lord Krishna. That was all she could think about. As young as age 2 or 3, she used to go to the mirror and she used to stand and she used to put the garland which her father had made for the Lord, and she used to think about Lord Krishna wearing the garland, how beautiful he would look. Now, if any of you will know that a garland, a flower garland, which is meant for the god, should not be used by us. We are not supposed to wear the flower garland or even use any flowers which is meant for God. But Kodai would do this every day. Every day she would stand in front of the mirror, and when her father used to make the flower garland and then he used to go for a bath, he used to go to the river to have a bath out of the house. That time she quickly put the flower garland on her and she used to look at herself in the mirror and she used to think, "Oh, how beautiful will Lord Krishna look in this garland." Then, as she heard her father coming back, she used to quickly take the garland, keep it down on the ground, and act as if nothing happened. Every single day, Kodai continued to try on the flower garland in front of the mirror when her father was not around. Now, one day, Vishnu Chittar was, as he came from the bath, he came out and he noticed, actually, before he caught her, there was one day when he noticed that there was a long hair on the flower garland. And he was disgusted. He said, "Who put this hair on the flower garland?" And he just threw that hair and the flower garland and quickly made a new flower garland. And he gave it to Lord Vishnu, to the temple, because you can't offer a flower garland with a hair in it. Now, after a few days, the same thing Kodai was continued. She was continued to try on this flower garland. Now, one day he went for a bath, but he realized he forgot something. So he quickly came back and he found his daughter wearing the flower garland which is meant for God, and standing in front of the mirror. And he shouted, he said, Kodai, what are you doing? This garland is for the Lord. What do you think? How can you wear a garland which is meant for the Lord? We cannot use anything which is meant for the Lord. And Kodai got a shock and she just dropped the flower garland. And he said, have you been doing this for long? I found a hair that day. Was it yours? She said, yes, father. Because Kodai is also a girl with very good character. She will never lie to her father, even though it means that her father will be very angry. She said, yes, father, I'm sorry. I have been wearing this garland every day. Vishnu Chitta said, oh no, what a big mistake has happened. Every day we are giving a garland to the Lord, which you have worn. That is very bad. That is very bad. How will God forgive me? Immediately he sat down and he started praying and praying to Lord Vishnu to forgive him for this huge mistake that he has been giving him a garland which his daughter has been wearing. And he again sat to make a new flower garland. And when he went to the Lord, when he took that flower garland and went to the temple of Lord Vishnu, when he tried to put the garland, it fell. The Lord wouldn't take it. Again, he tried to put it on Lord, and he wouldn't take it, and it fell down. And that day there was no flower garland for the Lord because he wouldn't accept a flower garland. You couldn't put it on. Vishnu Chittar was very upset. He was already upset that his daughter has been doing this in hiding. Every day she has been trying the flower garland. And he was continued to cry and pray to God for forgiveness. And then Lord Vishnu did not even accept the garland. Crying and praying, and so worried, he went to sleep. In his sleep, the Lord Vishnu himself gave him a vision. He came in his dream and he said, Vishnu Chittar, why did you stop Kodai from wearing the garland? I will only wear a garland which is worn by her. I will not accept any other garland. Now, Vishnu Chittar was shocked to find the Lord in his dream. He was so happy that the Lord came in his dream, but he was also very shocked that the Lord wanted to wear the garland which is worn by his daughter. And he had no choice, but he had to obey. And he went and told everybody in the temple that the Lord wants to wear the garland which is only worn by his daughter Kodai. So every day now, Kodai would try the garland, and that same garland used to go to Lord Vishnu. And this went on for a long time. Now, as Kodai grew up, all her life she was only thinking of Lord Krishna. The only person she wanted, he was her best friend. He was the one who was always with her, for her. And she couldn't think of anything else or anyone else. And when she became older, she used to tell the animals and she used to tell the birds, go tell Lord Krishna, I'm waiting for him. Go tell Lord Krishna that he is my husband. Go tell Lord Krishna, I want to marry him. She used to tell her friends that go tell Lord Krishna that he has to come soon. And she used to write. Her love and her devotion to Lord Krishna made her write very beautiful poems. And those poems are called Tirupavai. And then her name from Kodai became Andal. Andal means the one who has come from the Lord and who is one with the Lord. And she came to be called Andal. She had another name which was called Nachiyar. Now, Andal wrote these beautiful songs, Tirupavai, which till date are the biggest, most popular and most beautiful poems written anywhere in the world. They have been translated into all the foreign languages. so that people in other countries can read Tirupavai and can understand the love of Andal. Such was her intense love for Lord Krishna. And she, when now Kodai Andal used to gather all her friends and she used to teach them these songs, and they all used to sing together and go to the temple of Lord Krishna. Now, when Kodai became older, she was ready to get married. And her father asked her, Kodai, I'm going to find a good husband for you. She said, Father, don't you know? All my life I have been praying to Krishna, so I will marry only him. And I want to marry Krishna in the form of Lord Ranganatha of the Sri Rangam temple. I will marry only him, nobody else, because he is so deep into my heart and my soul. So her father said, What? You're going to go to the temple and marry the god which is in the temple? People will think that you are silly. What are you talking, Kodai? I know your devotion to Lord Krishna is a lot. That doesn't mean you can marry him. Lord Krishna was existing thousands of years back. Now the Lord is in the temple, in the temple, in the form of the god in the temple. But you cannot marry an idol. What are you talking? She said, No, father, I will marry Lord Ranganatha and nobody else. Please start preparations for the marriage. He said, I am not starting any preparations because that is not possible. You have to find a husband who is a human being in the human form. You can't marry God. What will people say? Andal was very upset, but she knew that the God will come to her rescue. And they slept that night. Again, Vishnu Chittar, after so many years, he got a dream. He said, and that was the dream of Lord Ranganatha in his dream. And Lord told him, Vishnu Chittar, get ready for the marriage of myself and Andal. Start making the preparations of the marriage. And tomorrow, early morning, bring Andal to me. So Vishnu Chittar told Andal, and she was so happy that she is going to marry Lord Ranganatha. She got ready the next day. She dressed like a beautiful bride. And in those days, this is Lord Ranganatha. In those days, there are no vehicles. So people have to carry the bride in a palki, which is carried, it's like a palanquin carried by 4 people. So Andal sat in her palki and was carried to the temple of Ranganatha. And she dressed herself as a bride. Vishnu Chittar had mixed emotions. He was feeling happy, but he was feeling sad as well because he didn't know what is going to happen. He was confused. But he was very happy that his daughter is actually marrying the Lord. But he wanted to see how is that going to happen. Now, as the palki came near the temple and the 4 people were keeping the palki down, Andal jumped from the palki before the palki could be even kept in the ground. And she ran in the temple because she couldn't wait. Behind her ran her father and ran other people. And they all witnessed a miracle that Andal, she ran towards the god. She went and hugged, put her arms around the idol of Lord Ranganatha, and she disappeared. And there was a bright light which came, and suddenly she had disappeared from there. This means that she straight away went to Vaikuntha, which is the home of the Lord Vishnu, Lord Krishna. She straight away went to Lord Krishna and she was one with him. Because she was found in the ground, she was actually an incarnation of Bhumi Devi. She was an incarnation of the goddess Earth, Mother Earth. So she went back to where she came from and she just disappeared into the idol of the Lord. And that was the beautiful story of Andal, where her love for Lord Krishna has inspired her to write such beautiful poems, which are even now sung all over the world. And her literary work She has also written, apart from Tirupavai, she has written another piece of work which is considered to be the most complex and the most beautifully written set of poems in the world. Nobody has written poems like this. Nachiyar Tirumori was what it is called. She has also written that, and which is a very beautiful set of poems which she has done. So, any questions about the story of Andal?
Ma'am, how was she called
Ma'am, I
Andal?
have a doubt.
Yes. Yes. Who has a
Ma'am,
doubt?
where
1
is
minute.
that? Ma'am, it's me, Priya.
Yes. Please go on.
Ma'am, I have a doubt about
Yes.
if how how could Andal disappear when she hugged the Lord?
Yeah. So, because of her love and devotion to Lord Krishna, to Lord Vishnu, she decided to be one with the Lord. She decided to go back and be with the Lord actually in Vaikuntha. And she was able to
Okay,
do
ma'am.
that because Lord blessed her.
Ma'am,
Ma'am, are there
Yes.
any
what is
temples?
the name?
1 minute, one by one. Yes.
Ma'am, it's me, Shreya.
Yes.
What is the other name of Andal?
So when she was born, she was named Kodai. And then when she grew up, because of her devotion to Lord Vishnu, she was called Andal. And then she was also called Nachiyar.
Ma'am, is there any reason why she was called Nachiyar?
No, that I will have to. I don't know about that. No, I will have to get
Um
back to you.
Ma'am.
Yes, Andal is worshipped. So 1 second. So Rishita, even today, you know where that Tulsi plant was, where Andal was found. Even today, there is a temple in that place, and people worship Andal. And every year, I think in a particular time, the garland which is worn by Andal actually is first put on the idol of Andal, and then it is put on the idol of the Lord.
Um,
So, yes. Yes.
okay, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay.
Ma'am, why do we worship Andal, ma'am? She's not a goddess, ma'am.
No, I don't think that people have like many temples of Andal or something everywhere. Andal was considered to be an
Ma'am, I
incarnation.
think she was Rashmi ma'am Adi here. I think she was mostly worshipped because she was like an example for the devotion to Lords.
Exactly.
Ma'am,
That's what I was coming to.
Ma'am, are
Yes.
there any temples of Andal?
No, as I said, that one temple which is in Srivilliputtur, there is Andal is worshipped over there. But apart from that, there are not so many temples because she was an incarnation of Bhumi Devi. Bhumi Devi generally is always worshipped along with Lord Vishnu in most of the South Indian temples.
ma'am,
Okay, ma'am.
where is the temple located?
Srivilliputtur near Madurai. And another thing is that she was known for the poems which she wrote and the devotion which she showed. Now there are 12 alvars in who are big devotees of Lord Vishnu. Remember last time when we spoke about Kannappar, we said there are 63 Nayanmars. Just like that, there are 12 alvars who are devotees of Lord Vishnu. So 63 were devotees of Shiva, but here talking about Lord Vishnu. Among them, Andal is the only female devotee, female alvar, and who was a very big devotee of Lord Vishnu. And her father, Vishnu Chittar, was also called Periya Alvar. So, Andal is regarded as one of the great devotees, and she is well known for her devotion, and she is well known for the poems which she wrote. Okay. Any other question?
Ma'am, like, is it like the poems which she wrote? Is it there in every language?
It has been translated into many languages. Now, because the Tirupavai, especially the Tirupavai, has been translated into many languages. Okay, now today we are going to do a poll, which is, sorry, no, not a poll as such, a quiz, which is not from here, but you just have to click on the link which I'm sending and attempt the quiz.
We have to use the link for the quiz, ma'am.
Yes, please click the link and it will take you to the quiz.
Auntie, you didn't mention the last question.
What was the last question? I said now there is a... Okay, didn't I say that which bird? So I can share the picture, and the picture will have... which bird is that? You can tell me?
I know. Understand.
Okay. Okay, done?
Ma'am, I finished the quiz.
Okay. So,
Ma'am, done the quiz.
everyone is done with the quiz?
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
So the first question, so just check your own answers for this one. What was the original name of Andal? The right answer was Kodai.
Ma'am, in
Yes.
the quiz, when we click the answers, it used to show that the correct answers also after we click it.
Okay, today is not showing, right? Today is a different link which we are trying. If this works. Is everyone done, right? Okay. So the first, the original
No, ma'am,
name.
I'm not done.
Okay. Finish it then. Was this easy or was the usual quiz which you do, is that better?
Ma'am, both are the same answers and questions, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. There's not much of a difference.
They're the same, ma'am.
Auntie, this
Ma'am,
is
but then you
actually
can tell the but ma'am, you can tell the answers. Like you can show which is right and wrong.
Correct. So,
Ma'am,
what? Yeah. Yes.
ma'am,
Yes.
it
Please
shows,
tell me.
even though it's wrong, it shows correct.
What did you choose?
At the first question, what was Andal's?
Yeah. The right answer is Kodai.
Yes, ma'am, and by mistakenly I pressed Radha, and then it was telling correct.
Was it? Okay. No, the right answer is Kodai.
No, ma'am. I guess when you selected it, showing whether it's like you selected this thing.
Okay.
That's why it's showing
Doesn't matter. It's fine. It's fine. So the second question, what was the name of the town in which Andal was born? The right answer is Sri Villiputtur. Then the third one, how did Vishnu Chittar come to know that Andal was wearing the Lord's garland? Because he found Andal's hair. Also, the right answer could be that he saw her wearing them, correct? That's how he caught her. What is the first work of Andal called? It is called Tirupavai. And which bird is in, why is that bird held by Andal in her left hand? Because she used to release these parrots, asking them to send a message to her Lord, saying that she's waiting for him. Okay? All right, so let's go to the next story. Any questions about Andal? Any questions as yet? I mean, any
No,
more?
ma'am.
None at all.
Okay, so let's go to the next story of
Ma'am,
the
I have a
day.
question.
Yes.
Ma'am,
Yes.
if now I have,
Sorry?
ma'am, if now I hug Vishnu and then will I also disappear?
No, because her relationship, Andya's relationship or her love for Lord Krishna was so much that because she herself was the wife of Lord Krishna, Bhumi Devi, who had come into this earth, right? So she had to
Oh, yeah,
go
ma'am.
back. She had to go back.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So the second story which we are going to be doing today is the story of another great goddess who had a lot of love for Lord Krishna, and that was Radha. A lot of us wonder, every time Krishna is taken, his name is taken along with Radha. Radha Krishna, Krishna Radha. But what is the story of Radha? Do we know the story of Radha? No. Do we know where was she from? Do we know what she did? Do we know what happened to her at the end? No, we don't know the story of Radha. So today I'm going to tell you the story of Radha. Now, actually, Radha is an incarnation of goddess Lakshmi, you can say. And she met Krishna when she was only 8 years old. And Radha, so Krishna stayed in which place for the longest time? He lived in Vrindavan. Vrindavan for a long time. So Krishna was born in Mathura. Then he was brought to Gokul. Remember? In Gokul, he lived for a little time. And then he moved to Vrindavan. Now, next to Vrindavan, there is a village called Barsana. And Radha lived in Barsana. Now, Radha used to come to this river Yamuna to collect water. So she and her friends used to come there and they used to play near the river Yamuna, and then they used to take water and go back. So Krishna also played with his friends near Yamuna. So they started playing together. So Radha and Krishna were best friends. Till the end, they always are best friends. And Radha always trusted Krishna. Her trust and her belief in Krishna was quite a lot. Now, how the gopis, if you remember the story of Krishna, the gopis in Vrindavan always were thinking about Krishna because he was so charming, he was so attractive, he was so beautiful. Whenever they did something, they used to think of Krishna. They were washing clothes, they used to think of Krishna. They used to brush their teeth, it was Krishna. They used to cook their food, it was Krishna. Always in their mind. Just like that, even Radha had Krishna always in her mind. And Krishna performed the Rasa Leela, in which he danced with the gopis. He also danced the Rasa Leela with Radha. Now, Krishna and Radha spent so much time together that he used to comb her hair and she used to clean his flute and he used to play the flute for Radha. Always they used to be together like two very best friends. And Radha lived in the nearby village. So Krishna used to always go to the village and he used to meet Radha and spend time with her. Now, when Krishna grew up, he had to leave Vrindavan and he had to go to Mathura because he had to go to perform his duty of meeting his parents who had given birth to him, Devaki and Vasudev, and he had to kill his uncle Kamsa, who was becoming a very notorious, he was, troubling all innocent people. So Krishna had to put an end to Kamsa. So he had to go to Mathura. He knew that he will never come back to Vrindavan. So when Krishna was leaving, all the gopis were crying. Everybody was broken hearted and every single gopi was crying. Now, as Krishna was leaving, he said bye to everyone and everyone was crying. In the last, he came and said bye to Radha. And Radha just looked at him and she said, always I am with you as your best friend. Always you think of me and you will understand that I am also thinking of you. And they said bye to each other. Now, after Krishna killed his uncle in Mathura, Krishna stayed in Mathura and he made a new city called Dwaraka. So Krishna was very busy. What happened to Radha? Radha spent a long time crying for Krishna, but she was a girl and she had to get married. So she got married to a man called Ayan. She got married and she lived around the village of Vrindavan for many years. But even though she was married, she was still thinking of her best friend Krishna. Radha and Krishna were inseparable. They were always together. Krishna always thought about Radha and Radha always thought about Krishna. Now, Krishna made a city called Dwaraka. He got married to Rukmini. He got married to Satyabhama. He got married to 8 other wives. And then, when he went to Narakasura's palace, he rescued 16,100 women. So he had 16,108 wives. He was very busy. Krishna was having a very busy life. But Radha kept thinking about Krishna. What is Krishna doing? She was very sad. Now many years passed and Radha became old. But Lord Krishna, he lived a very long time because he was a Lord, he was Krishna. So he lived for a very long time. But Radha was becoming old and she longed to hear Krishna play the flute. And when Krishna was leaving Vrindavan, he promised Radha that he will play the flute only for her. Nobody else can listen to his flute, only Radha. Now Radha became old and she wanted to see Krishna. She wanted to hear the flute. And when, Radha became old, her husband died, everyone died, nobody was there. She was alone by herself. So she decided to go to Dwaraka and see Krishna after so many years. So she made this journey and she walked to Dwaraka. There, she saw Krishna is so busy with so many wives. He doesn't even know that Radha has come. So she decided to work in the palace of Krishna as a maid. And she became an old maid and she used to do all the work and she used to just look at Krishna. But Krishna didn't notice that Radha was there. He didn't notice. Now, one day, Radha decided it is enough. I can't bear to be in this palace where Krishna is there. I am there, but I can't see him. I can't meet him. I can't talk to him. What do I do? So she left the palace and she started walking back home. Suddenly, from the back, she hears the flute of Krishna. Krishna has never played the flute. He only played it for Radha, and after that, he left Vrindavan, he came to Dwaraka. He has never played the flute for any of his wife. And he played the flute for Radha again. Radha looked back, it was Krishna. She just, and she felt a little uncomfortable. And she just lied down, and Krishna came and she breathed her last on the lap of Krishna, on the hands of Krishna, just listening to the Krishna's flute. She died because she was old as well. Radha had become a very old woman, and she died then and there listening to Krishna's flute. Now, Krishna was so sad that Radha died and she was no more, that he just broke his flute and he threw it away. And he said, I only will play the flute for Radha. Now, Radha is not there. So, I don't want to play the flute for anyone. So, he just broke his flute. But always Radha and Krishna are worshipped together. And in the temples in North India, there is always Radha next to Krishna.
Mom, I actually thought that they both were married.
No, they never got married. Radha married another person called Ayan. And she lived a life in Barsana. She had a very difficult life. But she never complained because she always thought of Krishna and that gave her strength.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, I have heard that Radha was the daughter of the king of Barsana.
Maybe the chief of the village of Barsana. Like how Krishna was the son of Nanda, who was the chief of the village of Vrindavan. Any other questions about Radha?
Oh, ma'am. I thought Nanda was the chief of Gokul.
Gokul and then Vrindavan. All the people of Gokul moved to Vrindavan because of, Krishna was attacked by Putana and then this demon called Trinavarta. So they had to move to Vrindavan, and Nanda was the chief of the village.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so now let us do an old poll. Okay, in fact, let us do the poll of Ramayana, because we did the whole Ramayana and I hope you remember the questions. Did we do recently, did we do the quiz of Ramayana? Not sure? Okay, try this one.